This summer, after Meat passed away, we felt like we needed a change of pace. So we headed to Europe for 5 weeks. In the next 6 videos, we're going to take you along as we explore Frankfurt, Germany, Vilnius, Lithuania, Riga, Latvia, Tallinn, Estonia, Stockholm, Sweden, and Vienna, Austria, before heading back to Mexico City and continuing on our Mexican adventures. We hope that you enjoy this holiday break from our regular programming. Stay tuned to the end for a full cost breakdown of our 31-day trip through Europe. But first, join us as we explore Vienna, Austria. Welcome to Vienna, Austria. Unfortunately, it does appear that the weather from Stockholm has followed us here. When I first looked up online, it looked like our whole afternoon was going to be gorgeous and sunny and 74, and it's 69 and raining. So there you go. We did take a short flight directly from Stockholm to here, and then we are staying the night at the Moxie Airport Hotel. So we got into town at about 2 o'clock, and we have an early morning flight. So we just have this little bit of time to make it count.
And we jumped on public transportation after dropping off our bags at the hotel, and then we made a run for this church. Knowing that we only had a few hours, Georgia had researched a list of the most beautiful buildings in Vienna, and we set out with a mission to see the outside of them all. Our first stop was the city town hall, where they were having an outdoor film festival. Right across the street was the impressive Birch Theater. The next building was Parliament, followed by the Hofburg, the National Library, and the Spanish Writing School. Fortunately, the rain was short-lived and the sun has come back out.
Yeah, it is very beautiful now, weather and town. I think this is the prettiest city we have ever been to. Before, I would have given the title to Rome, but here it's literally every building that is gorgeous.
Kind of like squirrel, squirrel, squirrel.
Yeah, you're always wanting to take a picture. Unfortunately, everybody else has obviously realized that this city is magnificently beautiful because it is completely packed with tourists. Our whole trip, we haven't seen a place that was this filled with tourists. So we've talked about it. I think in the future we're going to try to come back for a month, but maybe stay on the outer edge of the city, not in the tourist center, because there is so much to see, and I really do want to come back so I can take it all in. Obviously, a 6-hour afternoon is not enough, but wow, I don't think I could stand being surrounded by this many people for an entire month.
So after walking around and admiring all the gorgeous buildings, we decided it was time to get something to eat.
We stopped at a restaurant that is absolutely famous for its schnitzel, which I did order, but David, you got something else.
I got the veal goulash with spetzel.
It was absolutely amazing. The sauce was delicious, the meat was perfectly tender, and I know they're famous for the schnitzel, but I think they should be famous for the goulash. We also enjoyed a very popular drink here in Vienna, which is a white wine spritz, where they bring you a drink that is half sparkling water and half white wine. We actually each enjoyed 3 of those because we did a lot of enjoying. But now we are looking for something sweet. There are quite a few very famous desserts here in Vienna, so we're going to try to find a cafe and pop in. We ended up stopping here at Cafe Schwarzenberg, and you can see it is a very beautiful cafe. And I have in front of me the Torte Mozart, which is a pistachio cake, and David has the famous Sasha torte. David got the espresso with rum and sugar, and I got the Mozart coffee, which actually has cherry brandy with espresso and whipped cream and a little bit of pistachios on top. So we are getting ready to dig in.
Once we were fueled up on sugar, we stopped at St. Charles's Church on our way to Belvedere Palace.
an absolutely action-packed day here in Vienna. Honestly, I think it was the best day of the trip. I absolutely loved it. All of the architecture was just so spectacular, gorgeous churches, an amazing palace. Definitely coming back, but after walking a little more than 20,000 steps today, I definitely think that we have earned this beer. So we stopped at a beer garden and we also got a giant pretzel with cheese to share. If you've watched our Mexico series in the past, you know at the end we usually give you a detailed cost breakdown. So here it is for our 31 days in Europe. First, we spent 3 nights in Frankfurt. That accommodation came to only $95, which was the annual fee on a new Marriott card, which gave us 3 complimentary nights at the JW Marriott. We then spent $13 on transportation, $53 on entertainment, $92 at bars, $337 at restaurants, and just $6 on personal care. So that total, $596 or $199 per day. We then spent 8 nights in Lithuania, 7 of those in an Airbnb and 1 in a hotel in Šilutė. The total cost for accommodation was $650. We spent $150 on transportation, $60 on entertainment, $296 at bars, $496 at restaurants. We spent $93 on groceries, and again, just $6 on personal care. So that total is $1,751 or a total of $219 per day. Our next stop was Latvia, where we spent 7 nights in the capital of Riga. That accommodation set us back $501. We then spent $113 on transportation, $86 on entertainment, $193 at bars, $539 at restaurants, $71 on groceries, and $3 on personal care. That total, $1,506 or just $215 a day. The next stop was Estonia. We spent 2 nights in Tartu in a hotel and then 7 nights in the capital city of Tallinn in an Airbnb. That accommodation total was $830. We spent $103 on transportation, $190 on entertainment, $234 at bars, $944 at restaurants, $140 on groceries, and $18 on personal care. That total, $2,459 or $273 per day. Next, Sweden. We spent 3 nights there. Again, we signed up for a new Marriott card each, so the accommodation was only $95 annual fee, and we had 3 complimentary nights at the Sheraton. We spent $102 on transportation, $73 on entertainment, $114 at bars, $444 at restaurants, and $7 on personal care. Grand total for 3 days in Stockholm, $835 or $278 per day. Our final stop was just 1 night in Vienna. That accommodation just came in at $4 because we used 16,000 Marriott points to pay for the Moxie Airport Hotel. We spent $49 on transportation, $69 at bars, and $123 at restaurants, bringing our 1-day total to $245. So, 31 days in Europe set us back a grand total of $7,392 or $238 a day. Not too bad for how much fun we had, I'd say.